everybody, it's those guys, and it's Kyle here. Today I'm playing the Stanley Parable Standalone game on Steam. The first thing I noticed, it's really awesome, this computer is like actually showing my screen. It's even like, you guys can't see it, but it shows my frames even, and it'll show if there's like a Steam pop up, it'll show it like in the bottom right hand corner of things. So it's just, it really fascinates me so far. If you haven't seen the demo, me and Alan play it. You should check that out on our channel. But I'm going to go ahead and jump in. The end is never near. Okay.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
Oh no.
Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Guess we should step out of our office.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
It's a zombie
Perhaps
apocalypse.
he had simply missed a memo.
Can we open these doors? Nope. What's that way? 420. Hashtag 420. What's going on? Oh, that was weird. Frame drop.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We're gonna go to the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Sure, I'll do that. Where's that? Yeah, here we go.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
It is a lovely room. I think I might just stay in here the entire game.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really
wow,
worth it.
He's making fun of my only friends. What a jerk.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
But that one looks so much more interesting. Okay. Ooh.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I'm sorry. Do not lie. If you're lying right now, stop. Okay. Ooh. What is this? Okay. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000. Well, I don't want to have to pay $5,000. That'd be terrible. Is there... Can I open this back up? Of course not. Guess I'm going on the elevator.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
He's
I'm not
speaking
your
to me.
enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
What? Who's her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life.
Oh.
She's been waiting.
Oh. Who? Who's been waiting? Barbara? Barbara? Ah!
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Barbara! Barbara? Are you there?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh, crap. Barbara, what happened?
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
But I do. What'd you do with her?
Their life to you. I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Yeah, I knew I didn't have a wife.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Oh, God.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Oh, yeah. You know, I have this weird feeling that I should look behind me. Because, I mean, like, in real life. Like, I feel like there's going to be someone behind me that's going to kill me now.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Please press 8 to watch a TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Or did they ever exist at all? Well, to spend time with the boys.
So
yeah.
He went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice.
I imagined
it barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
To prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations.
Wait a second.
Down one path lay an enormous round room with
this room been
monitors
changing?
and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
I love you, Barbara.
But there is no answer.
No, Barbara!
How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
None of this is real.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
I'm not gonna do it. Hello? I don't want to go to work. I want to watch YouTube videos all day and play video games. Hello? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it like you told me to. Okay, press F. V, B, 1, G, click. Do I have to press it? I don't have a choice, do I? Oh, I'm pressing buttons on here. I wonder how long I can sit here. Well, I guess I have to press it.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press I to question nothing.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please die.
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Oh. What? Hello? Am I dead? Is anyone behind me? Oh. What the heck?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Oh, it started all over.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I guess that's it. Let me just go forward a little bit. Make sure it just really did just start over.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, I guess it did just restart. So, yeah, it's been those guys. If you want to see me play more, just make sure to like the video, that really helps. And, bye.